Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. If I look tired, it's because I am. But right now I'm trying to head out to go wait online at Barnes & Noble to get a wristband to get Jackie Chan to sign his autobiography. So we'll see how that goes. What time is it? I think it's like 5:45 right now. I can't check. And they're giving out wristbands at 8 a.m. But I don't know how many people are gonna be there, so I'm getting there early. I hope to be there by like 6:30. I hope that's enough time. And it's really, really cold outside. It's like 15 degrees out. So that's why I'm very hesitant to wait that long, like to wait a longer time if there's a line. And I hope everyone else thinks the same because I don't want to get frostbite. So we'll see how this goes.
Ready? I'll send the box.
Let's just wait till people are at the table mixing up their books. So.
Okay, so I vlogged like nothing while I was there again, but that was mostly because it was so cold outside. It was like 15 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, okay. I guess I'll just tell the whole story. So the Jackie Chan book signing, you could get your wristband and buy the book at 8 a.m. So I showed up at like 6:30 a.m. to start waiting in line. And there were already people there, of course. I was around, I would say it was like half a block down. It went around the store, but the entrance of the store was like closer to my side, so I didn't consider myself that far down the line. Like I knew I was gonna get a wristband. But the wait itself was so difficult because it was so cold out. I was fine halfway through, but then that's when like I started to feel cold. And then I was looking around me and some people, like I was layered up a lot. I had like a thermal undershirt, like long sleeve. I had a long big sweater, and then I had my winter coat and gloves obviously and a scarf, and then I like zipped it up all the way so you could just see my eyes. And then jeans and winter boots. But it still got really cold. Next time I would recommend, if you're gonna wait in like really cold weather, to wear like extra thermal leggings or something if you can, like thermal pants. Because mostly my lower half was just colder than my upper half. But I don't think it was as bad compared to other people. Other people did not dress for the weather, and it showed. So yeah, the wait itself was pretty long, well, because I chose to wait that long. At 8 a.m. we started moving a little bit. I didn't get into the store until 8:20, so I was like even more cold. Because I kept telling myself, oh, 8 a.m., it's fine, right? But no, it still took a while to get into the store to buy the book. The issue that I had was that when I went up to the cashier, I asked for 2 books, and she told me that they changed the rules overnight and that you can only buy 1 book per customer, and I was just kind of confused. I mean, I don't blame the employee. Like, I don't know who decided that it would be 1 book per customer, because online and on their Facebook, on their whatever event page, it kept saying 1 wristband per customer, but you could buy 2 books, so you could get 2 books signed. And I was gonna get 1 for me and 1 for like my family or friend or something, but then it turned out I could only get 1, so I was like, So that was kind of annoying. And on top of that, at the time they said no pictures either, so I was like, if I had known that I would only get 1 book and the whole no picture thing, I probably would have shown up later. Because basically after I bought my book, I went up to their Starbucks and I just sat there and I could see the line. And I think around like 9:30ish, the line just disappeared, like there was no one. And I don't think it sold out then. I think it started selling out, the wristbands started selling out around 10, I think. So you could have just shown up and bought a book, but you know, it's a little bit more unpredictable, I guess, the later it gets, but there was no line, so you could have just walked into the store. But there were some people that bought the book at 8 a.m., exited the store, lined up again for the 1 p.m. signing, and I don't know how they did that. I don't know if they're like superhumans who could just sit in cold weather forever, but no, I was like, I will show back up around 12:30 to get back online, because once you have a wristband, you're guaranteed an autograph. So I just sat in their Barnes & Noble Starbucks until like noon, and then I walked to the line, and the line was huge this time. Like, I was towards the front to get the wristband, but then for this line I was like in the middle, and that wrapped around like a whole block, like an avenue block, you know, not a short block. So it wasn't bad or anything. I ended up waiting 2 hours again. So 2 hours for a wristband, 2 hours for a book, because I lined up at noon. He was supposed to start signing at 1, and then around like, we started moving a lot faster than getting the wristband, but it still took me an hour from when the signing started to get around the store. We ended up going around like 2 sides of the store because we entered through the emergency exit to get to him. So yeah, that one wasn't as bad because it had warmed up a little bit. I didn't start feeling the cold until like 10-15 minutes before I got to enter the store, so I was okay. People around me still cold. I could see, like, I had winter boots on and my feet were cold. There were people with sneakers with like the air holes in them, and I was like, I don't know how you're doing this. So yeah, the experience itself, when we got to meet him, it was very quiet. Like, everyone was very quiet. There was like a line. We gave our book to someone, so they lined them up beforehand, and the people before me, they actually had like an extra book or something, so everyone kept telling the person, that's not my book, it's the other one, like, he didn't sign it yet. And then the manager or the employees kind of got annoyed, so they slowed down the line so people would stop complaining that they weren't getting their book exactly. And I don't blame people for wanting the book that they gave someone to have it back. I've been in autograph lines before where they kind of just have a pile of signed stuff and you just get whichever random one, even though that's not the one you gave them. So that was fine. I mean, I guess I got lucky because they sort of slowed down the process before me. What else? He was nice. I mean, I guess the whole pro of this was that he actually did allow pictures. There was 2 employees there who were taking people's phones and taking pictures that were posed. So I guess that kind of makes up for the no 2 book rule that they changed. But at the same time, there were some people that did bring 2 books that did get both books signed. So I'm kind of like, well, could I have broken the rules, I guess, and done that? Because by the time you're in front of the line, no one really cares. So I guess that's my only regret. I wish I'd brought 2 books. Someone's entering the room. Final advice, if you're doing a Barnes & Noble signing, this is the second one I've done. If you don't care as much about the person, if you don't care if you don't get a wristband or a book, you could arguably show up an hour or 2 after the wristbands are started being given out, and there will probably be extra, or there'll probably be some left. It won't sell out that quickly. And also you can show up like an hour into the signing and you'll have like no wait, because by the time I got out of the signing, which was like 2:15, there was no one lined up. Like, I guess they had went through all the people and they were already inside. So yeah, you could have, if you don't care as much about the person, you could just do that. But I wanted to like ensure that I was going to get my wristband, going to get my autograph, so I just waited early. And I don't regret it. My toes are okay. And yeah. Plus, I feel like this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I don't know if I would do it for just any celebrity, you know? And I started reading his book. I'm like 100 pages in. That's what I did during the time that I was waiting for him. He had an interesting childhood, you know? So I recommend the book. It is written, he wrote it with somebody, and on top of that it was translated into English. So I'm not sure how much of that is like, I guess, accurately translated, that type of thing. But I highly suggest you get the book. It's like $26 plus tax. And yeah, so that was my experience with Barnes & Noble book signing Jackie Chan. Bye.